We have discussed about the candlestick chart earlier also. The candlestick chart is having a body and upper and lower shadows. The upper and lower shadows represent the high and the low, and the body represents the difference between the open and the close. If the close was above the open price, then the body is green. If the close was below the open price, then the body is red. Many times, open is equal to the close price. At that time, there is no body. Then that is a black line only. So, why you use the candlestick chart is because it gives you a much more visual understanding of the price movement or the chart pattern. Now, let us look at the same chart, Infosys chart that we saw a little while back in the bar chart form. Now, you see the same chart in the candlestick form. You understand the visual difference or the feel of the chart that you get by looking at the candlestick chart itself. It gives you a direction of the, not only the direction, but also the momentum of with the direction when the price is moving, as the candles are big or small. So each individual candlestick has its own characteristics, and that's why it is so much popular than other form of charts. Now, as we have said that each candlestick has its individual characteristics. So many times one candle, two candle or three candle separately form a price pattern. So you can analyze them individually apart from analyzing a huge chart pattern. That's why it is so much significant to use the candlestick pattern in price analysis. Now, so once we have discussed, let us look at the Infosys daily chart in the linear format, in the bar chart format, and in the candlestick format side by side. Now you understand the difference between all the three. And it is up to you whatever you want to use, but for advanced analysis, you need to actually get into the bar chart or into the candlestick formation analysis for getting an advanced analysis on any kind of chart. Now, whatever chart you have seen, there is one more point into it. That is the scale. The charts that you have seen right now has been in a linear scale. So, at the beginning of the scale discussion, let me define the linear and the logarithmic scale. So, what is the linear scale? You might have seen the ruler in your geometry box. How does it move? From 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, all are equidistant, right? So that is the arithmetic progression. Like each point is equidistant from the previous point. And that is the linear scale. Now, on a logarithmic scale, if we move from 2, from 1, it is 100% movement. And then from 2 to 4, again 100%, and then 100% movement from 4 to 8, we get this 100% covered. The next movement for 100% would be to 16. 16 from 8. So this way, we follow the principle of geometric progression when we are talking about the logarithmic scale. So ideally, whatever you want to use depend over the time period or the time horizon that you are analyzing. Let me show you with an example. Now, let me look at the monthly chart of Nifty, the Nifty 50 index. Over many years, starting from 2006-07 to right now. So, we are covering almost 12 years. Now, when you look at the chart, you can see the way the movement from 2008 low, that is around 2300, to the next 6000 or 5500. So this move in a linear scale looks quite huge, right? And now the move from 2014 onwards to 2018, we see again from 5000 odd levels or 6000 odd levels to 11,000. So they look almost similar because the journey from 2200 to around 6000 is around 4000, and again from 6000 to around 11,000 is around 5000. So they look almost similar. Now let me switch to the logarithmic scale. So now you can see the difference. So the initial movement from 2200 to 6000 is almost the index becoming 3 times, looks quite huge. And this move from 6000 to 11,000, though the movement has been around 5,000 points, looks much smaller because the movement is just below 100% of the 6,000. So this is where, when you are looking at a logarithmic scale on a longer term chart, it is always useful, because you never trade the absolute price. Because if you are doing an investment for a longer period of time, it is not the absolute price rise that you are interested in. You are interested in the exponential or the CAGR price movement, and that's why you always use logarithmic price movement for better clarity. But suppose you are looking at a few weeks chart of Nifty or few days chart of Nifty, as we are looking at here, of maybe last 60 weeks chart of Nifty. When we are looking at that, first this linear scale, and now see, this is the logarithmic scale. Can you find a lot of difference? Actually no. So in a smaller time frame, this logarithmic or the linear scale doesn't make much of a difference in practical way. But over a longer period of time, if you are drawing some ratios, some extension, you should be quite doing good using the logarithmic scale. So we conclude our discussion about price over time with this. Thank you very much.